Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and here is a brand new episode of Simi's Fix. So today we're going to be doing something very interesting. We're going to be doing the first time tag, and we're going to be getting really personal. We're going to be knowing a lot of things about me. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe, share, turn on post notifications, comment. Please make sure not to judge me. Don't even judge me in this video. But right now, let's get straight into the video. So the first question here is, what's the first app you check when you wake up in the morning? I'm not going to lie to you. I can't even lie. It's not my Bible. It's not my Bible I check. The first app I check when I wake up is actually Instagram. Yeah, it's actually Instagram. That's the first thing I check in the morning. Then I'll go on with my day. Because for years and ever since. My first broken bone. I've never broken a bone. I was never a playful child. I was stubborn, yeah, but never a playful child to have broken a bone, and I've never had any accident. Glory to God. So I've never had a broken bone. The first foreign country you ever visited? The first foreign country I visited was America, and that was Walt Disney World. It was meant to be UK, but UK and I, we have a love-hate relationship. So the first foreign country I visited was America. Is America rather. My first Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook posts. I don't think I can remember any of these things. I don't think so. I don't even use my Facebook again, so I don't remember what I do there. But probably the first post was I think it was my profile picture. My first profile picture. I'll try to check if I can remember for Facebook. I think on my profile picture, it was a picture of me at Walt Disney World. So I think that was my first Facebook post. For Twitter, I'm not a Twitter body. So maybe it was I'm here, or I don't know. I can't remember. Instagram. It was probably one of those pictures. Like, I don't just even remember right now because I deleted my whole Instagram feed at some point in time. So I don't think I can remember. But Facebook, I'm very sure it was my profile picture. Then I'll look for it and let you guys see it. My first makeup item. That was probably a lip gloss, a powder. Yes. GS class lip gloss. Then having lip gloss, like all those lip gloss that we want to be dripping. God, that year. So, and in my school, they would tell us not to wear lip gloss and stuff. But for me, bad guy, bad girl stuff. I think my first makeup item was a lip gloss. My first plane ride, the first plane ride you ever went on, that would be my trip to US. So yes, that was first time I ever got into trouble at home and school. I cannot remember. I can't remember the first time I got into trouble because I've probably been getting into trouble since I was young. But what I can actually remember, yes, I can remember the very first one for school, for home, was that. So then I was in GS class. I think it was GS or something. Maybe, yeah, I was doing midnight school. With my mommy's phone. I was in a midnight call with my mommy's phone, and I was caught in the act because my mom was looking for her phone beside her and she needed it. So it was man that made me get into trouble first time. So I think that was my first trouble at home. But for school, I can remember school on because I was a very gentle girl at school. So the first time I got into trouble was when I was in primary 4. I can remember like vividly. That day I was a fighter, man. So that day, someone called me a bastard in school, and that day everything just like sparks, and I beat him on the hand. And then this story is interesting. Then they called him, they punished us and all. Then they told me that I was going to pay, I should come to school with my mom or I should pay 400 naira for to treat the guy as at then when I was in primary 4. And I can remember that we had to buy a book piece by pieces. I can remember this story well. We had to buy a book piece by pieces, and I got home. The book was 200 naira. I got home. I told my mom that, "Mommy, I need money for book." Then I took 200 naira to school the next day. Then I gave it to my teacher. My teacher was like, and I gave her that, this is money for the treatments. And my mom said that she would give me the remaining 200 naira the next day. She gave me the remaining 200 naira the next day. And then my teacher was like, she knows my mom can't do that. That if it's time for book or anything, she'll probably have called the school and stuff like that. So that happened, and I didn't know the teacher called my mom. I got home and I told my mom that, Mom, the 200 naira you gave me yesterday has misplaced, that I need another money for the book. And my mom gave me. My teacher actually called her. Then she gave me. Then I got to school the next day. I gave the teacher that this is the balance for the 200 naira for the guys treatment and all. Then she said, okay, that no problem. What about the money for your book? I said, my mom said she'll give me that remaining 200 next day. So my mom doesn't pick me up from school. I think then it was school bus, or probably had someone that used to come and pick me up. So she came, and as I saw my mommy coming with school, won't go in school. My mom doesn't beat me, but that day, my mom beats me. She actually beats me that day. So I think that was it. At the end of the day, my dad was fighting for me that I shouldn't beat his daughter, I shouldn't do this. But that day was trouble in school for me. So that was the long gist, guys. The first time you were allowed to put on makeup. The first time I was allowed to put on makeup, my mom wasn't so strict about makeup here. But she was even always bothered when I didn't have to put on powder. She'd be like, my face is always too oily, I put on lip gloss, put on this. So the first time I was allowed to put on makeup was probably GS something, lip gloss and powder and stuff. But full makeup was my SS3 graduation. So that was the first time I was allowed to put on makeup. The first YouTuber I subscribed to, I would have to check that, but it was probably, I think it was Joyce Meyer. I think it was Joyce Meyer or this Kansime. I think it was either Joyce Meyer or Kansime, and I think those are the first two people I subscribed to. I'll probably check my earliest subscriptions to know for sure. The first time I went shopping on my own. I don't like going out alone. To start with, I don't really like going shopping alone and stuff. So I think first time I went shopping alone would actually be after NYSC, because I always wanted people to go with me after NYSC. I think I went to market to go and buy some stuff and all. So that's the first time. My first PF or GF. My first boyfriend. I don't know how people say it. I don't know how people say it, but it was cute as at then. I don't think I'm going to mention his name. I don't think I'm going to mention his name, but it was cute, and I was in GS class. I was in GS. No, I was not in GS because we did not date. I just had a crush on him in GS. He was in SS2 we dated. Or SS1. I don't know. Guys, don't judge me. Do not judge me. I told you not to judge me. So that was my first boyfriend. But that was my first boyfriend. It was super cute though. My first car. I don't have a car. I've never had a car. So I'll pass. My first celebrity crush. Celebrity crush. It's been a lot. Celebrity crush. I don't know if I can remember the first one, but I've never. My first celebrity crush, Wizkid. No, my first celebrity crush was Justin Bieber when he sang Baby. Like I thought I would go for a Bieber concert and just stay and act all kind of, and he pick me up in front. Like I had so much imagination with Justin Bieber. So my first celebrity crush was Justin Bieber. My first cooking experience. I didn't have a bad one, so my first cooking experience would probably have been noodles. So it probably wasn't bad. My first crush. Guys, my first crush was in primary school. And I wrote the letter to him. And my mom saw the letter and she dealt with me accordingly. That's all I can say. She dealt with me accordingly to my nuisance behavior. She dealt with me. I'm not going to say his name, Sha. My first ever cell phone. I can't remember vividly, but I think it's probably a Nokia. But the one I can remember, probably passed down phones, but the one I can remember vividly that my dad bought, that when you consider this is the phone for you, was a Samsung phone, yellow and black. That, because that phone was seized over and over and over and over again. I jumped beating on that phone over and over and over again. So that was the first ever cell phone that I can remember. Yeah, my first ever date. I don't know what people call dates and stuff, but probably it was a cinema date. It was a cinema date that I can remember. It was a cinema date. Let's end it today. My first ever girlfriend. Nah, I'll pass. My first ever kiss. Guys, my first ever kiss. I'm gonna be straight up and truthful with you guys. So my first ever kiss was in Ghana. Yep, I traveled to Ghana for school excursion with, I think it was Christian students. Yes, with Christian students, I traveled to Ghana for excursion. Mommy, when you watch this video, it wasn't like I was a bad child, but it was circumstance that happened. So we went to Ghana. I think I was in SS class when we went to Ghana. Yeah, I think so. So we had a night party that was approved by the school per se, or because of the excursion, for us to like chill and stuff. And me, I was not really interested in the night party, so I went back to my hotel room to go and chill with some of my roommates, and they called me out back. Guys, please get me out. They called me back that I should come outside, that like someone I had a crush on after a week wanted to see me. So I went there and they just pushed my head. I'm not joking. I'm not lying to you guys. They actually pushed my head to him, and that was my first kiss. I was the person that, you know, that was it. That was my first kiss. God, I'm so shy. My first fear. I think my first fear would be heights. I was like, when I went to Walt Disney World and I had to go on roller coaster, I think that was the first thing I was really scared of. Heights. I was like, I didn't know I was scared of heights till I went on the first one, and I almost died on it. So I think my first fear was heights. My first friend in college. My first friend in college would be very first friend. I can't remember, but probably Temi Gators or Yinka Yakub. It's probably one of them. My first friend in college was either Temi Gators or Yinka Yakub. My first heartbreak. I said forever, but to jump past your street. Oh, emotional, very emotional. My first heartbreak was in SS3 when the boy I liked broke up with me. Probably I was even the only one dating in the relationship. So that was my first heartbreak. Yeah. My first Instagram post was, my first internet activity was Facebook, that I had to post a profile picture. My first job. My first job was at Shagam local government. I was to work as an accounting assistant and just like keep journals and stuff like that. So it wasn't anything so my first language, English. My first love, my parents. Is that cliche? But I think that's my first love. That's my first love, I guess. Those are my first love. My first pet. My first pet was Tommy. It was a dog. It was a homebody. Very cute. Yeah, that's my first pet. My first piercing, and when did I get it? It's probably the one they gave me from bed. That's my first piercing. My first sexual experience. Yeah, it's in a sexual experience. So my first swear word. Fuck you. My first tattoo, none. I don't think I'm going to get any. My first thought today was to actually film my YouTube videos, yeah, and make sure I make today productive. My first time on a plane, I've stated that before. On a ship, I've never been on a ship. On a train, I think I've been on a train. Walt Disney World, yeah. My first toy, probably some teddy bear. My first tweet, I don't know, probably hey, I'm here. My first YouTube video was what is love, what does love mean to you. I was in 400 level, see you, and first semester. That was my first YouTube video. My first online profile picture, I'm going to look for it and post it. I'm actually going to look for it and post it. The first book I remember reading, I think it's because it's the most memorable book on earth, piece by pieces, because I got beaten because of it. So that's the first book I remember reading. The first concert I've ever attended, that was a Christian concert, a worship concert at Caleb International. That was the first concert I ever attended. The first movie I remember seeing, Home Alone. The first person I talked to today was Bridget O'Kill, because she slept beside me. I hope that's true. I think that's the first person I spoke to today. The first person that ever broke my heart. I'm not going to go deep into this, but I've forgiven you. I've actually forgiven you. It's fine, babe. It's fine. But I think I was in SS. Probably I like the person didn't like me back. All those kind of weird things. The first person you text when something exciting happens. Oreolua. She's always the first person to know. Hi, Ore. That's my younger sister. She's the first person I text when anything, not even exciting, when anything happens to me. The first text I sent today. Oh, I messaged my friend. I posted something and she replied, and I texted her just to appreciate her as my friend. Yeah. The first thing I do every morning is to take my phone. Honestly, is to look for my phone. That's the first thing I do every morning. The first thing I do when I get home, I remove my shoes and I remove my bra. There's nothing more relieving than that. The first time I ever got drunk, I've never gotten drunk. The first wedding I attended was probably some wedding that was the little bride when I was younger or something. When did you go to your first party? First party. Since I was young, but like alone to a party by myself would probably be alone by myself. After NYC year. When did you have your first sleepover? I've never slept over at a friend's place. We've never organized the sleepover. The one I wanted to organize last time, my friends decided they wanted to mess up. So yeah, that was it. The first time I got a speeding ticket, I cannot even drive to get a speeding ticket. Then the last question I have here is the first time I got in a fight. I've never gotten in a fist fight, but I've gotten in a battle of steeds, and that was the time I beat someone when I was in primary school. So I think that was my first fight. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I really got personal with you guys, and a lot of things that people do not know you'll find out today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications for the next video. Until next time, I want you to know that I love you, but God loves you so much more. Bye.